Hello, my friends, and welcome to Sharing Calm. My name is Sydney, and if you're watching this in real time, Happy New Year to you. As we begin this new year, I want to start off with just a couple of announcements, nothing too long. I'm going to be switching the day that I post new videos to Wednesdays instead of Mondays. And as we start this new year, I am also offering, once again, for the first time in a long time, a live virtual workshop. It will be a workshop all about meditation called Learning to Practice Stillness. And if you'd like any more information on that, you can find a link in the description box on YouTube below, or reach out to me at sharingcalmyoga@gmail.com for more information. All of that being said, today we are going to practice Savasana together, a full, long 20-minute Savasana. Now, for some people, Savasana is their favorite yoga pose. For others, it is the most difficult. Maybe it's both for you, maybe neither. Savasana translates to corpse pose. And the idea here is that you want to totally let the body let go of doing anything. Let the physical body, the muscles, the structure settle into the ground. And to the best of your ability, let the mind relax. The mind might wander, it might think, let it do whatever it does within that stillness. Overall, just let yourself do nothing. Nothing to do, nothing to focus on, nothing at all. The idea here is to essentially practice almost dying. Let yourself turn completely off, turn completely down, and cultivate a sense of peace even in that practice of coming to the end. And in Shavasana, when you're able to fully let go in that way, we can experience a deep state of rest that is difficult to come across in most other places in our lives. As we're moving still in this winter season, if you're in the same hemisphere as me, this experience of resting is really very important, and we don't want to take it for granted. It's not lazy to rest. You're not a lazy person for choosing to do yoga in this way instead of in a different way. There are so many different ways to practice yoga, and oftentimes Shavasana gets shortchanged when it really is one of, if not the most important posture of the entire practice, practicing being still with yourself and allowing yourself to surrender and let go within that stillness. So as we enter into our Shavasana practice, I'll do a very, very short guidance as we start to settle. But ultimately, the vast majority of the practice today will be done in silence together. I'll be right here practicing with you all along the way. A bell will ring, and then I will guide us out of the session altogether. So let us begin. For Shavasana, our corpse pose, we want to find a position that allows us to be essentially as comfortable as possible. So requiring as little effort, minimal effort, if possible, no effort for the body to sustain the position. So if you're more comfortable sitting, like in a couch or on a recliner, just make sure you're reclined back, loose, not actively sitting up tall. If you're choosing to lie down, perhaps you do so in a bed or on the floor with me. You can place a pillow, a cushion, a rolled blanket underneath your knees, having the knees at a little bit of a natural bend like this, whether it be more or less for your liking, tends to help relieve any pressure in the low back that you might get when you lie completely flat on the ground, a solid ground especially. If it's chilly at all where you are, you might wear socks or add a blanket on top of yourself. Whether you cover your whole body or just portions of your body does not matter. And then you'll come to lie down. For some people, and depending on how hard the surface is that you're on, you might like to cushion behind the head with a folded blanket, folded towel, or another pillow, or maybe even just a rolled blanket behind the back of the neck. Any options in regards to the comfort of your head is totally and completely up to you. Your posture, your corpse pose, does not need to look anything like mine. Even though it is a simple pose, there are still so many different variations. I want you to do whatever you need to do to find comfort, to find ease, and like a big sigh out, melt yourself down into the posture of your choice, and we shall begin. As you settle in, try to make any last little shifts or adjustments that you need to make, and then ultimately invite stillness. Notice the arms and invite them to rest. Allow them to be heavy and soft at the same time. Notice the legs. Let them rest. Let them be heavy, heavier, and heavier. Releasing down, soft and still. Notice the torso and the length of your spine. Let it release. Heavy and soft. Soft in the face. Soft in the mind. And allow yourself the space to let go. Feel yourself inhaling the breath and feel yourself exhaling the breath back out. Move really slow here. Beginning to wiggle your fingers, maybe wiggle your toes. You can roll your wrists or ankles. It might feel nice to take a full body stretch and reach the arms long overhead. You might like to hug your knees in towards your chest and rock a couple of times side to side. Eventually letting yourself roll all the way to either side and gradually bring your way up to sitting. I have a little kitty cat friend that joined me, so I will sit my best without disturbing her. As you sit, you can sit any comfortable position. Sitting tall through the spine, feel the body reoriented back upright. Hands can rest in the lap. You might like to connect the hands together in front of the chest. Just a moment of gratitude for yourself and with yourself, for this life and with this life. And as always, gratitude from me to you. I bow as I say namaste. Respect and reverence from me to you. Thank you so very much for sharing this practice with me today. I really wanted to start out this year with just a Shavasana practice for two main reasons. One, because it's winter, and in winter, stillness and rest are very important. And two, to give you permission right away at the start of this year in your practice that if there's ever a day when you are thinking to yourself, I should really do yoga today, but I don't feel like it, I want you to know that this right here is yoga, and it's enough to count as a full practice. So here's your permission slip whenever those days come along, when you don't feel like doing too much, or you feel yourself in your mind calling yourself lazy or whatever other words are unnecessary. Just set a timer, get comfortable, lie down, and invite a sense of surrender into the ground, into your body, into gravity and the weight of the earth. And let that be a practice that serves you on a level deeper than even some movement practices might, especially on those days. Let it be enough. As I said, I have a workshop coming up all about learning to practice stillness, which is relevant to Shavasana, but we won't just be practicing lying down. We'll practice a couple different types of meditation. We'll talk about philosophy and some research-backed benefits to why meditation is powerful for almost anybody and everybody. Until I see you next time, thank you again. And I love you. I do. Maybe I'm in a Shavasana daze, but I just want to tell you, I'm thankful for you. I love you. Love yourself. Love others. Find peace. Spread peace. Seek calm. Share calm. I'll see you next time. Bye.